Hey moms and dads, welcome to Camp Vertical week number 7. Can't believe we're this far in the summer, but we're looking forward to a great week. A couple of tips for you to help your kid have the best week possible this week. First, in the morning when you check in, would you walk them to the check-in station, wherever that might be, take care of getting them settled with their lunch, either in a bin or getting a wristband, and then set them free to play in the areas that are built for them, and then you can go on with their day, and their day is started in a really good way. The second thing you can do is footwear. We're running around this building, we're walking around this campus quite a bit, and sometimes if they have flip-flops or anything like that, their legs will get tired, their feet will start to hurt, but if you can have a sneaker or a tennis shoe or a shoe at least with a back on it, it helps their legs a lot, it helps them be able to move quickly and not worry about tripping or for any pain later on in the day. Third thing, there's an awful lot of things that get lost or misplaced, and the staff is really good about cleaning up every day and making sure it gets to one central location. So if you've lost something or it just doesn't seem to be turning up anywhere and you're wondering if maybe it's at camp, we have a central location our Lost and Found is at, and you can take a look there, and we make sure we clean those things out and fold things up every week so you can find them easier. So please ask any leader, they'll direct you that direction. And last, water. Many times in the summer we think, well, I don't need any water, but our kids do need water, and so in order for them to have a lot of it when they need it, if you want to send a water bottle with them that they can drink out of, that would be great. We'll have water and lemonade all around the campus, but it might be nice if they have that in hand. One of the most important things we do during the day is meet in our large group and small group settings and talk about the things that are out of the Bible. We're looking at God's big story and how we can be part of it. And our topic this week is called Fool's Gold. Now, back in the Old West, they would go mining for gold, they would go sifting for gold, they would look everywhere they could to find that valuable thing. And sometimes they would come upon things that looked like gold, but weren't actually of any value. And they called that fool's gold. And there are things that we sometimes pursue in our lives that we think have great value, but in the end, they're not worth anything. And so we're going to look at some of those things through stories this week. First thing we're going to look at is status. And we see our status listed on Facebook all the time, but looking at how our reputation, many times we'll do a lot to make sure we have the reputation we want, and really in the end, that isn't going to bring us the fulfillment that we want. Second thing we're going to talk about is perfection. Now, I will tell you that this runs rampant both in our kids and in us as adults in our day and age. Perfectionism is something that really can wreck us if we're not careful, because we'll pursue it, and then suddenly we'll find that we can't actually get there because nobody's perfect. And so we're going to talk about perfection. We're going to look at some stories in the Bible, particularly Mary and Martha, and how that interaction happened, and how Jesus walked Mary and Martha into what was the better thing. The third day, we're going to talk about good enough is not good enough. And we're going to look at how Jesus came and said, you may be good, but good enough is not good enough when it comes to an eternity in heaven with God. That sin gets in the way, and that Jesus made a way for us to be rid of that sin, but we can't do that on our own. On Thursday, we're going to talk about approval, and how sometimes that can be something that becomes a big deal to us, that people would be happy with us or pleased with that. We're going to look at a story in the Old Testament. Back when Moses was up on the mountain receiving the Ten Commandments, there was something else happening down at the bottom of the mountain, and Aaron, Moses' brother, got caught in a place where he desperately wanted approval, and it got him into a dangerous spot. So we're going to look at that story and how we can get away from that spot. And then the last thing is stuff. And you know it as well as I do. Television shoots it at us. Magazines talk about it. If you just have more stuff, that's going to be the thing that fulfills you. It's going to give you value. But we know that the stuff is never enough. So we're going to look into the Bible and look at the stories that help us understand what is the better way to live in light of these things. Fool's gold. Things we chase after that many times don't bring us where we want to be, and how can we move another direction and understand how God created us. I hope that gives you enough to continue conversations at home. We're looking forward to a great week. See you Monday morning.